Yes, indeed. Thank you, Levi, for that nice introduction. In case you didn't know, Levi is the son of Dan Robertson, and he is a pitmaster in training, and also a Weeblo scout, and also a classically trained musician. So way to go, Levi. Thank you. And thank you, Dan, for the amazing intro. So there is a fire in the hole, and we will cook a chicken with it. But let's marinate her first, okay? So stay tuned, watch how I marinate it, and then we'll get it on the fire. Stay tuned, please. Okay, let's put this sweet and spicy marinade together. I've got Mrs. Chicken in a plastic bag. She's already been spatchcocked. And we're going to add to that a whole can of crushed pineapples. And I could use fresh pineapple, but I decided to go with the crushed pineapple. It's easier to work with. And we're going to add a cup of orange juice, and I could have used naranja angria, but I decided not to. I'm going to go with a cup of orange juice. Then we need a quarter cup. Whoa, don't lay down now, bag. I need you. Okay, a quarter cup of lime juice in there. That's good stuff. Quarter cup of lime juice. So we've got our sweet going right there. And now we're going to add 2 diced jalapeno peppers. I've got a red and a green jalapeno pepper. I'm going to put that in there. That's part of our heat, our sweet heat for our sweet and spicy chicken. Then I've got about, I don't know, some cilantro. I'm going to put that in there. That's good stuff. And some garlic. About 4 cloves of diced garlic. And some salt and some pepper. Hope you can see all this. Salt and pepper. Put that in there. Get all this crap out of our way. And the recipe calls for a teaspoon of sriracha. Now, I'm going to ask you, Angie, what good is a teaspoon of sriracha? I'm going to put a good healthy dose of sriracha in there. About, I don't know, about 2 tablespoons, I'd say, of sriracha. And some honey to further sweeten this whole mess. A little bit of honey. That's going to be hard to get out of there, I bet. Yeah, probably will. About an equal part of honey to sriracha. There we go. Okay. Now, maybe a little bit more honey. I don't know. I think it's sweet enough with the pineapple and all, but I don't know. It calls for honey, so let's put some honey in there. I'd say about 4 tablespoons of sriracha and 4 tablespoons of honey. Let's move this into the light where you can see it. And we'll seal that bag up and mix everything up real good. And we'll stick him, or stick her rather, Mrs. Chicken, back in the fridge overnight with all this good stuff on her. You've got that pineapple juice and the sriracha and the jalapenos. I don't know if you can see that okay. I got the light is bad here in the morning. Can you see that okay? Sort of, I guess. Well, anyway, you get the idea. We're going to mix that all up in that bag and stick her in the refrigerator overnight. Let her cook. She's already been spatchcocked, so some of that marinade is going to go on the inside and some of it's going to go on the outside of our chicken. And we're going to get her on the grill later on. Smoke her up good, big time. Look at that. Looks good enough to eat already, doesn't it? Okay, I'll bring you right back and we'll cook that chicken. Please stay tuned. Okay, Mrs. Chicken has been in the marinade all day and all night. And we're going to get her out of that bag and on the grill, and I'm going to try to retain as much of that pineapple marinade on there as I can. I got my drip pan set up, got my grill set up for indirect heat. I'm going to throw some applewood in there. So hang around 1 second and I'll get her on there and show you what that looks like. So please stay tuned. Okay, she's on the grill and I want to put some applewood in there. I'm going to open that baby up. Throw some applewood in on my coals. We're going to let her smoke for about an hour, I think it's going to take to cook this chicken. And then we'll come back, and while she's cooking, I think we'll have a beer. What do you think? Sound good to you? Alright, look at that beautiful marinades all over that chicken, that cilantro and pineapple and jalapeno. And she was bathing in that sriracha marinade all night. That's going to be one hellacious good chicken. So please stay tuned. We'll have a beer. Okay, there's the Frosty Root Boy mug, and that can only mean one thing. Time for a beer. Here's a beer I never heard of. I saw it at the beer store around Christmas time. 2 Xmas by the Southern Tier Brewing Company, and I started reading about it, and it's ale brewed with figs, orange peels, and spices, 2 hop varieties, and 4 types of malt. And I thought, gee, that sounds good. So I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, how bad could it be? Figs, orange peels and spices, and 2 varieties of hops. Let's see what that's about. That's about a medium brown ale. Looks pretty good. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. A very light, lacy head. And there she is in the Root Boy mug. Don't that look good? Let's quaff the froth off of that. What do you think? Roll? Huh? Want some of that? Yeah, baby. Ah, it smells really good. It's spicy. Spicy, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a spicy, it's like a spice cake almost. Let's take a quaff of that. Oh man. Woo! That really is spicy. You can really taste the, I don't know what kind of spice they put in it, but it says orange peels and spices and figs. It's very spicy. Tastes a lot like nutmeg, I guess. Nutmeg and cinnamon. It tastes like a cake, like a Christmas cake. Okay, so that's our beer for today. Let's look in on Mrs. Chicken and see how she's doing. She's only up to 164 degrees, and I want to take her up to 180 so she'll be falling apart. So please stay tuned. Okay, there's Mrs. Chicken. She ain't looking too bad right there. She's only up to 160. All that marinade stuff on her kind of got a little caramelized. We'll put her on a plate and see how she tastes in a little while. Anyway, that's my video for today. If you like this crap, please subscribe. I'm not going to give a shout out to Dan Robertson. He's got like 6,000 subscribers. He doesn't need a shout out from me. You all know him. You all know Smoky Goodness, and now you all know Levi. So I don't know. Somebody needs a shout out, I guess. Who should we give it to? I don't know. I just can't think of anybody deserving of it. I guess we'll skip it this trip. Alright, I tell you what. Let's do a multiple shout out. Let's go for Mother's Barbecue and El Rabbit, Keith Bettag, and who else? I don't know. Let's go with those 3. El Rabbit, Mother's Barbecue, and Keith Bettag. You all get shout outs this week. So thanks again to Levi for the amazing introduction. Thank you, Dan, for taping it and sending it to me. And thanks everybody who watches my channel. Come back next week. I'll cook something good, I promise. And let me get this on a plate and I'll take a money shot. So see you next week. Bye.